environment. But, you know, they're packaged up so nicely, people don't realize you're eating something's liver or something's ribs or legs. You know, so to me that is, we got to start there.
Do you think you're ever actually going to persuade people to stop eating meat? Because those that are pro-meat say, well, you know, we were built to eat meat.
No, we're not built to eat meat. And in fact, people say, where do I get my protein? We eat far too much protein. When I became vegetarian, I thought, well, I've got to get a good balance. So I went to a nutritionalist who was a meat eater, because she was brought up on a farm, and she said, oh, it's tradition in mine. It is tradition eating meat. We've got to break traditions, I think. But she said, all you need is a glass of milk or a half a tin of baked beans. That's all the protein you need in a day. It's a new way of thinking, and it'll take time, but I think people, most people, mainly children and women, I have to say it, do want to make it a kinder world, you know, and I think in time we will become vegetarians. There'd be no starvation in the world. If we ate all the food that we gave to the animals, there'd be no starvation.
How do your family cope with your views?
Well, I try not to overdo it, you know. Obviously, I have such a passion for animals that I do go a bit overboard trying to say to people, but you're eating something's leg, you know. I mean, my kids love it because they're vegetarian and they wholeheartedly believe it. Paul believes in it, but he doesn't like me to go on too much. But that's men, isn't it? That's most husbands. No, I think they're quite proud, but I'm not doing it for that. I'm really doing it to say to people, meat is murder.
What do you do to help the environment?
Well, our farm is organic. We don't use sprays. Our animals don't get killed. I don't use aerosols. I use biodegradable washing up products. I've done a vegetarian cookbook to help people who love animals, help them, give them recipes and advice on what you can eat that's not, you know, a lot of people think vegetarians are cranky, but this is a non-cranky vegetarian cookbook. I try to encourage people to think about the world they live in and not what politicians get us all sort of thinking about other things, but when it comes down to is we're in life. We're all alive at the same time, and we should think about life rather than things that don't matter, really.
But is the message getting through to the audiences, or are they really only here for the music?
Well, I'm here to see him as a performer rather than because of that. I agree with quite a few of their views, but that's not why I've come.
I'm a member of the Green Party, and it's really great that for something like this, that environmental issues are there.
If you could give a message to people who want to be green, what would it be?
Start with the diet you eat. Look at your food and stop eating animals.